Ok, clase, muy bien. Ahora vamos a empezar la nueva lección. Es la primera lección del capítulo 8. Abran el libro, por favor, a la página 284. 284. Tu página es azul, la mía es roja. Pero esta es la página que quiero que abren el libro a esta página 284. Esa es la primera página de esta lección. Y clase, ¿cuál es el título de este capítulo? Clase, tiendas y puestos. ¿Qué quiere decir tiendas en inglés? Stores. Puestos en inglés. Stands. Like a market stall or a stand in a kiosk or a stand in the middle of the mall. Okay, tiendas y puestos. Y los objetivos de esta lección. In this chapter, you will learn to talk about trying on clothes and how they fit. Talk about shopping for clothes. Those are the two major goals of this first lesson. For seniors, that's the last two goals of your Spanish career at this high school. So, those two goals. Then, in the other lesson, we're going to be working with bargaining in a market and stating preferences. And you will use, here's the grammar tools that we're going to pull out of the grammar toolbox or sharpen our knowledge of. The imperfect and the preterite. Using ir plus a plus an infinitive with the imperfect and preterite tenses. Comparatives and superlatives. Those are the three grammar targets in this first lesson. And then in the second lesson, por and para, demonstrative adjectives and adverbs of place, and adjectives being used as nouns. Pretty cool stuff that to end up your school year with. Now, one question for you, because I cannot remember. Earlier this school year, did I give you a chart that shows you the comparison between the preterite and the imperfect tenses? Two columns, preterite on one side and perfect on the other side, and it contrasts the differences between them. It's got shaded stuff. That doesn't sound familiar to you. Okay. That would bear my printing and giving to you, because it is in one place a very nice summary of what you use the imperfect tense for, contrasted with what you use the preterite tense for, and it's all in the same place. I'll print one and have somebody tell me whether they've ever seen it before, and then if you have not, then I'll print them for all of you, because it's a really nice, useful tool, especially for those of you who are going to go on next year in the Spanish 4, or who are going to go on at the university level. This contrasting chart will be really good for you. Okay. ¿Qué ves en la foto? Clase, ¿qué es lo que ves en esta foto? Es un mercado, sí, es un mercado. Esta es una foto de un día de mercado en Santiago, Chile. Y pueden ver aquí arquitectura colonial, ¿sí? Esa es arquitectura colonial en la ciudad de Santiago de Chile. Y de esta foto podemos ver algo de la personalidad de esta ciudad. Está bien. Den vuelta a la página 286 y tengan preparados también la lista de vocabulario, porque queremos practicar la pronunciación de las palabras y también queremos practicar con las definiciones de las palabras también. Estas palabras son bien familiares para nosotros, porque el año pasado, en el Español 2, ustedes estudiaron este mismo contexto, la ropa y comprar ropa. Por eso vamos a repasar un poco. Repitan, por favor, en los probadores. En los probadores. Clase, la palabra probadores es plural, el singular es probador. Normalmente hay dos probadores en una tienda, un probador para los hombres y un probador para las mujeres. O si es una tienda solo para los hombres, son probadores de hombres. Y si es una tienda solo para las mujeres, probadores para las mujeres. ¿Sí? Hay otra palabra también que podemos usar para probador. El verbo, pues el sustantivo probador viene de un verbo. Clase, ¿cuál es el verbo relacionado con el sustantivo, el probador? Probar. O en este caso, probarse. Probarse. Porque cuando se pone ropa, ¿sí? Se prueba la ropa, es una acción reflexiva. Pero probar es comer algo, ¿sí? Probar es comer algo. Probarse es ponerse ropa para primera vez. Probarse es ponerse ropa por primera vez. Otra palabra es el vestidor. El vestidor. Esta es la misma palabra. El probador, el vestidor. Y vestidor. ¿De qué verbo viene la palabra vestidor? ¿Clase? Vestirse, exacto. Vestirse. Y vestirse es la acción de ponerse ropa. ¿Sí? Una persona cuando se viste, la persona, para empezar, está desnuda. Sí, sin ropa, está desnuda la persona. Entonces se viste, es decir, se pone ropa, se pone ropa. Está bien. Repitan, por favor, ¿cómo me veo? Oh, clase, otra vez, en voz alta, por favor. ¿Cómo me veo? Con este vestido. En inglés. How do I look in this dress? I know it says with, but in English would we say, how do I look with this dress? No, when you say, how do I look with this dress, it's like the dress is beside me and the two of us together, how do we look? But if you say, how do I look in this dress, in English, you're saying, I've got the dress on me. How do I look in this dress? Yes?
To be clear, it has like a comb and veil, and stuff. It's the exact same structure.
It's the same exact structure.
The description for the English one says, how do I look with this tie on? So,
oh, okay, yeah. That makes sense. How do I look with this tie on? How do I look with this dress on?
yeah, that's what I was.
Yeah, and that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. But I would typically say, how do I look in this dress? Okay, and I don't know if that's what you would say or not. Okay, how do I look in this dress, or how do I look with this dress on? Now, look at that phrase, como me veo. What verb? There. But this is reflexive, so this is verse. What does there mean? To see. Verse is to see yourself, right? Now, think about how a non-native speaker of our language processes the phrase, how do I look in this dress? Try to make yourself, for just a moment, step outside your American English-speaking mind. And you hear someone say to you, how do I look in this dress? What's the answer to that question? With your eyes. Thank you very much. How do I look in this dress? Well, you open your eyes and just do it like you normally do. That's the answer. So for a non-native speaker, this question can be confusing. It can be confusing. You look like you always do. With your eyes. Open it up. Alright? So that's why you need to, think about language differently than what you do when you're just speaking English. Okay, so, ¿cómo me veo? How do I see myself? Or how do I appear to the world? How do I look in this dress? Okay. Repitan, por favor, te ves súper bien. Clase, repitan, te ves súper bien. En inglés? You look wonderful, right? You look awesome. You look fantastic. You look great. Now you're going to replace super bien with any adjective here. Okay? But notice that it's te ves. The grammar of it says you see yourself. But the best English is you look. You look great. You appear great. Repitan, por favor. ¿Quieres probarte? Oh, it's anemic. Do it again. Repitan, por favor. ¿Quieres probarte? Estas faldas. En inglés? Do you want to try on these skirts? Probarse, to try on. And that usually means some article of clothing, to try on. Probar, to taste or to try. Probarse, to try on. Here's an example of how just making a verb reflexive changes its meaning slightly to indicate another application of the verb. Repitan, por favor. La falda a media pierna. En inglés? Huh? A mid-length skirt. In my generation, we had skirts that were popular in 3 lengths. There was not the 4th length, but there was 3 lengths that were popular in the 70s. Middies, M-I-D-I's, middies, and maxis. And those referred to the length of your skirt. Now, do you call them that today? Middies. You don't call them maxis. So do you call them maxis? And do you call them middies?
I've never heard that in my life.
Never heard that in your life, huh? Okay, we had, in the 70s, there were middies, and maxis, and they were all popular. I refer you to the 70s because that's when I was in high school, how long ago. Okay, middies, and maxis. Okay, so that's what that refers to. A mid-length skirt means something that comes down between your knee and your ankle. Okay, this is a midi, goes below your knee. A mid-length. The skirt to the middle of the leg is what that says. A mid-leg skirt. Repitan, por favor, la minifalda. That speaks for itself. Repitan, por favor, la ropa me queda. En inglés, clothing fits me. Yeah, the clothing fits me. And I put lay in parentheses there to let you know that this is indirect. Okay? The clothing is the subject of the verb quedar. Remember that quedar works like gustar, encantar, parecer, tocar, doler. It fits me. If the article of clothing is plural, pantalones, calcetines, then it will be quedan instead of queda. And you must use it with an indirect object pronoun. So, that means that you will be using mete, lay, nos, os, or lace with this phraseology. Repitan, por favor, floja. En inglés, baggy or loose. Loose. And it's feminine here because, what? It modifies what, Sean? Clothing. It modifies clothing. That's why it's floja, that's why it's feminine and singular here. Repitan, por favor, apretada. En inglés, tight, tightly. Fits me tightly. Okay? Again, singular and feminine because it's modifying ropa in this phrase. Repitan, por favor, el suéter y los pantalones no hacen juego. En inglés. The sweater and pants don't match, is what we would say in English. The Spanish says they don't make a set. Now, you look at juego and you think of game or you think of I play. But it can also mean a set. A set of dishes, a set of earrings, a set of anything can be un juego. So, in this case, the phrase says, transliteration of this phrase says, the sweater and the pants don't make a set. No hacen juego. That's English. The sweater and skirt, the sweater and pants don't match. Repitan, por favor, venta de liquidación. En inglés? They just give it to you as what? Clearance sale. Right. Clearance sale. This is the term that we use in English, a liquidation sale. Okay? That means that you are trying to take your concrete assets and make them liquid, meaning you want the cash instead of the stuff. Okay? A liquidation sale. You're trying to turn what you had as objects, as concrete assets, into liquid assets, ones that can be used anywhere. Can't use a sweater to buy bananas. Okay, so we're going to make it liquid, turning it into something else that we can use to buy bananas with. Okay. Repitan, por favor, el cinturón. En inglés? Belt. Okay, now those of you who love horses, what's the buckle called that you attach the saddle to itself with? Okay, when you fasten a saddle on a horse, what's that called? Nobody knows. Nobody have horse people out there? Okay. A cinch. The cinch. The belt that you fasten around the horse's belly is called the cinch. Okay, you cinch it up. To cinch anything up is to tighten it up. We talked about the ring of fire in the Cultura. It is called by two different names in Spanish. El anillo de fuego and el cinturón de fuego. The belt of fire. Because it makes a circle of volcanoes around the edge of the Pacific. El cinturón de fuego, el anillo de fuego. Interesting stuff. Repitan, por favor, la corbata. En inglés? Tie, as in necktie, as in a decoration that covers up the suit stain on your shirt. Repitan, por favor, el traje. En inglés, suit. Now this can be any kind of suit, okay, including a bathing suit. El traje de baño. El traje de baño. Repitan, por favor, la bufanda. En inglés, scarf. Now this is great that it's in this chapter. There have been a lot of times when I've taught the word bufanda, and it was really kind of ignored because it wasn't part of the current fashion. But scarves are so in right now, for men and for women, that it's a great word to have in our vocab list this time around. Repitan, my husband even started wearing scarves this winter. It was kind of strange. Repitan, por favor, los guantes. En inglés, gloves. Repitan, por favor, la etiqueta. En inglés, price tag. What English word is this related to? Ticket. Ticket. As in your price ticket. Okay? Repitan, por favor, el precio. En inglés? Repitan, por favor, el recibo. En inglés? Receipt. Repitan, por favor, el cajero. La cajera. En inglés? Cashier. Cashier. Repitan, por favor, la caja. En inglés? The cash register. Now, literally, this word in other contexts just means box. It harkens back to the day when you went up to some wooden counter and they pulled a box out from underneath, opened it up and put your money in to get some change out. But today, it is the term that we use for the modern cash register or the checkout, la caja. Repitan, por favor, cambiar. Cambiar por. Now, cambiar means to change or to exchange. If you want to be specific about what you are changing or exchanging one thing for, then the for that you need is for. That's why it's in parentheses there, so that you will know that you are going to exchange one thing for another. If you're going to talk about that exchange, you can say, I'm just going to exchange this skirt. And you aren't telling what you're exchanging it for. But if you say, I'm going to exchange this skirt for another one a size larger, then you have to use for to express that idea. Okay? Repitan, por favor, cobrar. En inglés. To charge. This is the term for to charge as in to charge money for something. Not to charge as in to charge a battery. That's something else. I'm sorry? Yeah, or like a bullet charging, right. That's a different word completely. Okay, so this is cobrar, to charge as in to require a certain amount of money. Repitan, por favor, el descuento. En inglés? That's easy, right? Discount. Another word for discount. La rebaja. That comes from the same Latin root as our English word to rebate something. Okay, rebate, a gift back. Baja, which means lower, right? Low or lower, sure. Or rebaja. Rebajar is to reduce the price. Repitan, por favor, el espejo. En inglés? Mirror. Such an important word in everyone's life, but an important word when it talks about trying on clothing. Repitan, por favor, estar en oferta. En inglés? To be on sale. To be on sale. Repitan, por favor, el impuesto. En inglés? Tax. Now, I want to just take another minute because in other countries that speak English, you will see this on your bills, VAT. The letters VAT. If it's in English and in other countries, you will see this. This is your value-added tax. It's the same thing that we just call tax. You know, so for us here in the state of Michigan, that's your 6%. That's added to the end of your value-added tax. In Spanish-speaking countries, those letters are IVA. Impuesto for tax, valor for value, añadido, added. Añadido you should recognize from the last chapter when we talked about adding things to a recipe. So IVA, impuesto, valor añadido. And that's what you will see on receipts in Spanish-speaking countries for any kind of tax. You may just also see impuesto, tax. Repitan, por favor, la talla. En inglés. Size. Now this is the word for size when we're talking about the size of an article of clothing. Or for shoes, you learned a different word. What was it? Numero. That's right, numero. Talla is size for articles of clothing. Now if you want to say the word size and you're talking about, wow, that mushroom is a really big size, that's a different word. That's tamaño. Okay, tamaño. But this word size means those official sizes. You know, size 12, size 10, size 4. My husband was shocked to find out that there's a thing such as size 0 or size 1. He was shocked this weekend to learn this. Oh, and there's the next word, el número. That's the word for size for shoes. Repitan, por favor, regatear. En inglés, to bargain. Now this means to have a conversation about trying to get a clerk to reduce the price of something for you. In most stores, you don't bargain with the clerks, although there are opportunities to do so, where you can say, would you give it to me for? Or, will you give me the sales price? Or, could you give me a discount? If I buy 6 of them, will you give me a discount? That is also bargaining, but not the same way that you might bargain at a yard sale or at the market. Okay? Repitan, por favor, of this next set to talk about trying on clothes and how they fit. Repitan, por favor, ¿cómo te quedan los zapatos? How do the shoes fit you? Literally. Repitan, por favor, me quedan muy apretados. They're pretty tight, is what that means. Or they fit me tightly. Okay? Very tightly. Or they're pretty tight. Repitan, por favor, ¿cómo me veo con esta corbata? Te ves guapísimo. Do I need to go over the English? It's right in the book, right? Okay. Guapísimo is a superlative. We're going to get into superlatives as part of the grammar of this chapter. Guapo means handsome. Muy guapo means very handsome. Guapísimo means extremely handsome. It is the superlative of an adjective. And we're going to be learning about how to do that with our adjectives. Repitan, por favor. Esa corbata es la más elegante de todas. That tie is the most elegant of all. Repitan, por favor, ¿qué te parece este color? What do you think of this color? Literally, how does this color seem to you? Parece is going to act like gustar here as well. Repitan, por favor, de verdad no te sienta bien. And in your book, what does it say? Honestly, it doesn't look good on you. Literally, no, de verdad, honestly, it does not sit well on you. Okay, it does not sit well on you. It doesn't suit you. It doesn't look good on you. Okay, you need a different color. You need a different style. No te sienta bien. It doesn't literally sit well on you, meaning it doesn't suit you. It doesn't look good on you. Repitan, por favor, encontraste lo que buscabas. Did you find what you were looking for? Present and perfect together here. Repitan, por favor. Wow, I gave you a short line there. Repitan, por favor. Quería unas chancletas, pero no había en mi número. I wanted some flip-flops, but there weren't any in my size. I wanted you to have that word because you all think those are shoes, and you wear them all the time. In my generation, we wore them in the shower or at the beach, but you wear them all the time. You think they're shoes, so you need to have that word, chancletas, the word for flip-flops. Okay? Repitan, por favor. No iba a comprar, pero me dieron un descuento. I wasn't going to buy whatever it was. No iba a comprar esas chancletas. I wasn't going to buy those flip-flops, but they gave me a discount. Pero me dieron again, here we have imperfect and preterite, the same sentence. This is something we're going to be working on in this lesson. Repitan, por favor, vi que las carteras estaban en oferta. Así que compré dos. I saw that the wallets were on sale, so I bought two. Okay, again, preterite imperfect in the same sentence. Now, for homework, you're doing activities 1 through 3 in the packet. It's vocab. It's quick. It'll take you not even part of flex to do it. So do the homework. And we're going to just move right through this lesson. Are there any questions for me? All right, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for allowing me to get through that.